Hi, I'm Joe from Greenwood Cleaning Systems. I'm here to show you around this new escalator machine that you guys will be using. And we'll just kind of go around all the features of it and let you know what's going on. Of course, power cord, pretty simple. Have a handle. The handle works in the up position, the machine is off. To engage the machine and turn it on, you simply pull it back this way. It is directional, so you can go either way. There's another handle right here. That is for your solution. Pull up and it disperses the solution. The solution is held in this blue tank right here. Put the solution in here. There's two. You want to fill them up both equally. Mixture with whatever chemicals you're using. This button here, activated by this. When you activate that button, the water does spray out on through these little holes here. Sprays down onto the brush and conveyor belt. This is the brush, this is the conveyor belt. So when you turn the machine on and activate it, brushes spin, conveyor belt spins up, everything is brought up into this recovery tank, which is right here. Recovery tank isn't very big, so you want to monitor that and empty it often. The lid just kind of sits on there. There's a hole in the top of the lid. That would be phase one of your process, which will be shown at a later time. Vacuum, wet vac, set up for wet. You may need an adapter. If you do, adapter goes down in there, your vac hose goes over top of that. That will be phase one, again shown at a different time. Everything just kind of sits on there. Pretty easy and simple. Again, turning the machine on, pull back on the handle, up and center, shuts off. On this machine here, you have a few different switches. Basically, this one here activates the conveyor belt. Conveyor belt is on in the down position, and up position it is off. None of this turns on until you pull back on the handle. So conveyor in the on position, this is your brush setting. You have 5 different settings here. Their suggestion is in the highest setting, but it all depends on your escalator as well as what process you are in the cleaning setup. This is the lowest setting, this is the highest setting. This is a circuit breaker, so if some reason the brush gets bound up and does pop this breaker, simply put the handle in the up position, wait a couple minutes, and it is a resettable circuit breaker. They do that for the safety of the motor so you don't burn up the motor. These are wheels, which are guide wheels, which go on the escalator right before you clean up as you're getting set up. Each escalator is different, so therefore your positioning on the escalator may be a little different depending on the application. On this side, we have a panel which will allow you to take the brushes out and clean, which our suggestion is to just bring it into Greenwood and we'll maintenance after every cleaning. That way you guys don't have to worry about it. But if in fact you, for some reason, have to take it apart, these 2 screws pops this panel off. That comes off, the brushes simply pull out and then clean, get debris out of there, whatever the case is, put them back in and put this back on. And you may have to do a little twist of this to get that to slide back in. Slide it back in, put your screws in, and you're good to go. Kind of a recap on what we're doing here. You got your handle, back, on, off. It is directional. Solution allows the solution to go in and out. Solution tanks, fill them up equally with the diluted solution that you're cleaning with. Recovery tank, small recovery tank, check it often. Lid just sits on there, these just sit on there. Got your brush and your conveyor belt. Conveyor belt is activated by this switch here in the down position. This is your brush settings. Highest setting is the lightest, depending on your escalator and what sequence you're doing your cleaning in. Circuit breaker here. These are the guide wheels which guide on the escalator itself. The machine is a little bit heavy, but it certainly can be done by one person. Pick it up by here, put it on the machine, other way. Pick it up by here, wheels on the inside, set it on there, and there's that, and away you go. Hi, I'm Joe from Greenwood Cleaning Systems, and today we're going to show you how to use the Duplex escalator cleaner. First step is you want to put your caution signs out so nobody is going to interfere or any hazard of them. Then we'll go down to the bottom side and we'll go ahead and start our process. We have our wet vac here. When we're going to hook it up to the escalator machine when we perform phase number 1. Phase number 1 is a series of a dry run, but we're going to put a little water in the tank so it doesn't get called the dust and dirt up. So we're going to turn the vacuum on, put it in the top of the lid, and then we're going to do 3 to 5 revolutions of the escalator going around, and then that'll end phase 1. One side, flip it around, do the other side, and then go from there. So here we go. Got our solution and our water. We're going to pour it inside here. Once we got a couple inches of water in there, got a lid, put our lid on. Hook up our hose. Once the hose is inserted in there, we'll take the machine up, turn the vacuum on, and we'll go ahead and start with our dry run. Get your guide wheels in their position. Pull back. After about 3 to 5 revolutions of the escalator, pick it up, turn it around, and do the same thing. After the dry run, we're going to want to clean this out and get ready for phase number 2. So you want to remove this out of the way. And take this out. You're going to get your vac, turn it on, and just suck everything out. Before phase 2, we're going to use our velocity. We're going to mix it in a bucket so we can take it and fill up our Duplex machine. You want to draw it from the mop side of the dispenser. Once you got it full, we'll take it out. That will fill up our machine. And now we're getting ready for phase number 2. Basically, phase 2 is the wet cleaning process, the washing process. We have our bucket, which is diluted with the velocity, which is through the fast draw system on the mop side of the fast draw system. You want to fill up both sides equally. Stage your machine up for the cleaning. We got our chemicals in the tanks. We're going to go ahead and start the wet process. We're going to pull the handle back here. We want to do it in momentary motions. We're going to go 3 to 5 revolutions of the escalator machine. After 3 to 5 revolutions on this side, pick the machine up and repeat the same process. After phase 2 is done, we want to empty out the dirty water, pull the machine back. can use your wet vac for the dump. As the process goes, you're going to want to make sure that you monitor what's going into the tank. You don't want it to get over full. After phase 2 is done, we're going to stop the escalator. We're going to go ahead and do the rise and sides. We're going to be safe here, put our wet floor sign down. We have our chemical that we're using. We're going to go ahead and spray. Up. We're going to wait about a minute or two, and we're going to come back and we're going to scrub it down. We want to get the sides as well. After a minute or two of waiting, we just go ahead and just after the cleaning process, we're going to have to rinse off the citrofoam. So we're going to have a deck brush or silver brush, clean one, and you're going to have a dry mop. Got a bucket with just straight water in it. Go ahead and put the brush in there. I'm going to shake it out. You don't want a lot of water left behind, but enough to clean off the citrofoam. Go all the way up and get that done. Then you're going to come back with your dry mop, just basically to dry the system up. After the escalator's all cleaned in, you got the landing left to do. On more citrofoam if needed, depending on how much dirt is down on the ground. You can spray the citrofoam down. If it's fairly clean, then you just go ahead and take the deck and go with that. You want to use just straight water. And go ahead and just rub it up. After that, you want to come back with the dry mop. Now that the cleaning process is all done, we need to take the machine and get it cleaned up and prepped for return. So you want to empty any liquid that's left in here, take your can out of here, you want to put that in the sink, rinse everything down, rinse this out, take a shop vac, dump it out, rinse it out, and wipe it all down with paper towels. Put everything back together and get it into your canister to go back to the main center. After everything's all cleaned up, we're going to want to put this back on the cart. The wheels go to the back. Now the machine is ready for transport. So you can roll it up to the container that it came in, get everything all packed and ready, go back to the main center.